All right, last week we talked about what makes a complete sentence using a subject and a predicate. I'm going to go to a little bit more detail in what a main clause is, and that's basically what our complete thought, what our sentence is. Okay, so we are going to take this page, we are going to glue it in, and we are also going to get this page and we are going to glue that in. I have a blue crayon and I have a orange crayon, and we are going to be using that for these notes. So if you have those, grab those. If not, get two different color crayons and we can change them on the notes so we can tell the difference. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in here as best as I can without it being blurry. Okay. It says a complete sentence must have a capital letter at the beginning, an end mark, which is punctuation, period, question mark, or an exclamation point, and at least one main clause. A main clause is a complete thought. A main clause is a complete sentence. So in order for it to be a complete sentence, it has to have a main clause. They're the same thing. A main clause is a subject and a verb. You have who or what the sentence is about, and you have what did the sentence do. And we talked about that last week with subjects and predicates. So, wizards fly on broomsticks is my example here. The subject of a sentence is a noun that is doing something or who the sentence is about. We're going to use blue to shade in the subject. The subject is wizards. And I guess they're referring to Harry Potter. Okay. Wizards. Yes, broomsticks is a noun, but broomsticks is not doing the action. Okay. What is the action? The action is fly. Okay. So wizards fly is my main clause, okay? On broomsticks, yes, that's okay. That makes my sentence more interesting. But all I need is my who and my verb. That's our main clause, wizards fly. If I took on broomsticks off, it would still be a complete thought. So a complete sentence needs a main clause which has a subject and a predicate. Okay? This is just a review from last week. Okay, let's look at the bottom. Even when you add other elements for the sentence, the main clause will still be the same. For example, let's look at these couple. I'm still going to use these two. Because they don't like mops, wizards fly on broomsticks. If I took away because they don't like mops, it's still wizards fly. It doesn't change. Okay? Wizards fly on broomsticks and perform magic spells. Wizards fly is still my main clause. Okay? Interestingly, wizards fly on broomsticks, but fairies fly with wings. Same thing, wizards fly. I can add as much information as I want to the sentence, but my main subject and my predicate, which is the action, stays the same. So that is just a quick review and more detail for you to refer to when we are talking about complete sentences. So if I say you are not writing using a complete sentence, look at this page and this page. Okay? So yesterday we talked about run-on sentences. Last week we talked about complete sentences and fragments. As a review, a sentence must have a subject, and I'm actually going to use the same colors. It must have a subject and a predicate. The subject is who or what the sentence is about, if you remember. Okay? The predicate tells a complete thought. It is the verb What does the subject do? You will have more than one noun. You will have more than one verb, possibly. But the main subject that does the main verb is our complete thought. You can have more than one complete thought and have it together with a conjunction, just like we talked about yesterday. But each complete thought has to have a subject and a predicate. Okay? So here's just a review of what we have from the last week and a half. A complete sentence expresses a complete thought and includes a subject and a predicate. For example, Harry is my subject. Put on his invisibility cloak. Put. Oh, I'd love to have an invisibility cloak. So that is my complete sentence. It has a subject and a predicate. A fragment is missing either the subject or the predicate. It's missing one of them. Gobbled dinner quickly. Okay, gobbled is a noun. So I'm missing right here. I'm going to grab my purple over here. I am missing my subject. Who gobbled? Missing subject. Okay. And then yesterday we talked about run-on sentences where it's more than one complete thought, more than one complete sentence, and we need to break them up either into two sentences or we need to break them up into two different parts of a sentence in a compound sentence using a conjunction. Okay. Harry gobbled his dinner quickly. Afterwards, he put on his invisibility cloak, then went downstairs to grab his wand before looking for, I'm going to assume this says Ron. Okay, that is a long sentence. So I'm going to find out where the first sentence ends. Harry gobbled his dinner quickly. Afterwards, he put on his invisibility cloak and then went downstairs. I would say period here and make this afterwards. That is a run-on sentence. So Harry gobbled his dinner quickly. Afterwards, he put on his invisibility cloak and then went downstairs to grab his wand. I would just say period. I would actually cross that off. Then went downstairs to grab his wand before looking for Ron. We could join those different ways, but that is a lot, isn't it? So put those in there. This and the one from the page before are going to be the biggest notes for you for these three skills: complete sentences, fragments, and run-on sentences.